Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy Dane Visuals, and today I have a new video for you guys. But before I go into the video guys, if you saw the trailer earlier, that trailer is from my trip to Costa Rica with Rush Escape. Now guys, that trip was nothing short of amazing. I had such an amazing time with some wonderful people. We got to see so many amazing things. Costa Rica is a very beautiful place. Now guys, if you want to see the full video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications. Once your post notifications are on, you'll definitely be alert as when I drop the final video. And guys, trust me, it's gonna be nothing short of amazing. Now, I dropped a video earlier that spoke about starting a freelance business in photography. And after having such an amazing trip with Rush Escape, now I decided to give you guys the other side of the industry, because I had a trip once that not only almost ended my career, but almost ended my life. Now guys, this entire video is just going to be about setting your terms and conditions. I'm gonna tell you a story pretty much of how I ended up almost losing all my photography gear as well as my life because I didn't set terms and conditions. Now guys, it's really important that whenever you're going into a business situation with someone, that you always discuss with the client what exactly they need from you and vice versa. I understand that when you're just beginning your business, you're going to be very desperate. You're going to want to turn over clients. You're going to want to build your portfolio. But whether it's a free shoot, whether it's a paid shoot, whether it's a huge opportunity or a small opportunity, you need to discuss your terms and make sure that you have proper arrangements. Because guys, it's not worth it at the end of the day if you're going to go into something and don't know what to get yourself into. And it's a mistake that many up-and-coming creatives make. I myself included. When I just started, I was so desperate to create a portfolio. I was so desperate to get out there that I would have, jumped in situations where I had no idea what's going on. And this is basically a story time video. I'm going to tell you guys a really crazy story because it's funny that I just went on an amazing trip, where the person, took care of us. I remember something happened to one of the girls on the trip, and, Richian was just so, there and helpful, and it's just a different energy versus what I went through with that trip when I was just starting my photography business. So guys, I'm gonna start off with a little story time. So although honestly I want to mention the person's name because honestly what they made happen to me was really, really unfortunate. Not to mention the fact that even after the situation, they really didn't put anything out there to help. And that is why you have to safeguard yourself as a creative, because honestly, clients don't necessarily care about you. Their end goal is to protect themselves and their business. So if you get harmed or damaged on a shoot, that's usually all on you. So you have to make sure that you safeguard yourself, because at the end of the day, these people are not going to take responsibility for you. So not to call anybody's name, at least not yet. Maybe I'll do it later. Because I'm really mad. I'm still mad. But yeah, I have a friend. My friend's name is Sam. Her actual name is not Sam, but I'm going to call her Sam for the story. So I noticed that Sam goes on some really awesome excursions. Like she's going to Portland, she's going to Montego Bay, she's going to Ocho Rios, and she's doing it with like a travel group. I'm like, yo, Sam, I really want to be a part of this. I just started my photography. I want to do some more travel content. I love what you're doing. You're going to some amazing places. And Sam is like, okay, no problem. I'll talk to the boss. The boss is named, we're gonna call the boss Wicked Man Chris. You see me? So we stay and Sam speaks to Wicked Man Chris, and Wicked Man Chris is like, okay, I see the content that you're putting out. I see where you have some potential. Come on one of the trips and let's see what you got. That's exactly what the conversation was like. Now guys, I had no idea what I was getting into. I only knew the location of the trip, which was a river. Now, it's really a big error on my part, because honestly, I should have, did some checks and be like, okay, what do you want from me exactly? How much photos do you want? When do you want the photos by? How much are you paying me? Are you sorting out my transport? I asked none of these questions, guys. I took a bus to the location where we were shooting. I was there on time. I waited and I just received instructions that, okay, we're just gonna take some photos. Now, the first thing first, guys, I did not expect that this person would want me to go into the river with my camera. Now, when I just started photography, I didn't have the budget like that. So like, I spent all my money into, photography gear. So you can imagine how scared I am to have all of my, money in assets basically, in water at the time, and you know, because I'm so desperate to create this portfolio and to make a big impression, I'm just in the water with my camera, you know, water getting splashed, water up to my chest, you know, rocks there, and you know, I'm still taking the chance because at the end of the day, you know, I need to impress Wicked Man Chris because, you know, I'm trying to be a travel photographer. It also need to make sure I do good because Sam was the person that introduced me, so you know, I'm going really hard getting those pictures, you know, trying not to drop that camera in the water. Many times I was just like, yo, what am I doing? Why am I here? But you know, this is the fight you have to go through when you want to build up your business. And to be honest, we did that first shoot, and yeah, there was some rocky times, but we got through. Like, I got some amazing shots. I really enjoyed myself. I mean, when I wasn't almost, you know, damaging my camera in the water. And it ended and everything was peach and dandy. And at the end of the shoot, you know, after I gave him all the images and stuff, I think he gave me 3,000 JMD. So for persons that are in the US, 3,000 JMD is about 3,000 JMD is how much? I want to say 3,000 JMD is maybe like $10 or $15. So he gave, is it? No, maybe between $15 to $20. Yeah. So yeah, that's what he gave me for working the entire day. About $20, right? Now, again, I can't cuss because I was the one that went into the scenario without making arrangements, without making agreements, right? So, you know, this is my first shoot. I got some pictures out of it, and you know, I had an experience. So Wicked Man Chris decides that, okay, you know, we're having another trip. We're going to be having a trip, we're going to be staying over in Portland. And I was just like, okay, this sounds exciting. I love Portland. Portland is amazing, you know. Portland is really like, you know, one of those scenic parishes where you know you can get those like epic shots. So when Wicked Man Chris is like, yo, we're going to Portland and I'm having a big trip and I need you to get some photos, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, like I need to do this, like I want to do this. No, I was still in the beginner phase of the career, so you know, I was jumpy, and I did say to Wicked Man Chris, I was like, Chris, I need to get paid for this one, you know. And Wicked Man Chris basically says, yeah man, of course, you definitely will get paid for this one. So I was like, okay, no problem. So yeah, it was a girls trip. It was a high school reunion. And we started off at around maybe 5 a.m. and we drove through St. Thomas. Now guys, we basically started working at around 6 a.m. You know, the girls wanted pictures, the girls wanted videos. You know, we were working the entire day. You know, we headed off into Portland. You know, we went to Blue Lagoon, went to some of the most amazing sites. And you know, it was the repeat of the last time. Like, I'm in the water with my camera again. You know, many times almost like destroying my camera equipment. I am just doing some really risky shots, you know, non-stop high pace because there's a big group trip, so you have to make sure you get all those shots. You have to make sure you don't miss anything whatsoever. So you know, we're doing it, working all day. Honestly, many times I wanted to be like, Chris, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is crazy. Like, you have me risking my camera right now for this, and it just doesn't seem, you know, reasonable or practical. But you know, as I said, I was trying to build that portfolio. I really wanted to be a travel photographer at the time, and I fought through it. So at the end of the day now, remember the day is ended. I have done all my work. You know, Sam is there, Wicked Man Chris is there, some of the other vendors are there. I'm just helping out. Some persons were helping out in the kitchen and so. And we get to a villa. Now, you know, after working all day, you expect you to get a nice sleep because you're tired. You know, you're working, and after all the shooting and stuff, I'm thinking, okay, time to get some sleep. So Wicked Man Chris basically says to me, well, no, no, God! You're not getting any sleep in the villa. I didn't pay for a villa for you guys, and unfortunately, you guys can't have a villa. So I'm like, what? He basically says, yeah, you're gonna have to stay in the bus. So I'm like, you bring us all the way out here to Portland. You have vendors, you know, that you are booking to do a shoot for you, or booking to work for you on your trip, and you don't sort out a place for them to stay. You have them stay in the bus. We literally had to sleep in the bus, guys. That was my first red flag, right? Ironically, that's the red flag that saved my life. So guys, we're staying in the bus, right? And I'm sleeping. Eventually I fell asleep because I was really tired. So eventually I fell asleep. Guys, I woke up to a gun in front of my face. FBI, open up! A literal gun in front of my face. And I'm like, what? And then when I look up, I hear a police say, don't move. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is it. And apparently the police says, no, they received reports that there's been a robbery in the area. Now, guys, I was in so much shock because I'm like, what, a robbery? This is around like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. And I just don't know how to react. You know, we go outside, we see some of the persons on the trip outside crying. We see some other persons just, you know, in some really like they're really cut up. And the police basically let us know that some persons broke into the villa, you know, tied up some of the girls, stole their stuff, you know, just lots of persons. It was really unfortunate, honestly, like it's not even a funny situation. And all in all, I was just so shocked. I'm like, wow, like this person rents this villa without doing like any checks to know that, okay, there's no security on the compound. Like, why would you have so much people staying somewhere where you don't double check to see their security? Then, you know, basically have us sleeping on the bus where honestly anything could happen to us, because if the person that had robbed the complex had come into the bus, you know, they could have taken our lives. And that situation really had me second guessing a lot of things that I did, because I realized that this person really didn't do any safe checks for me as his vendor. Like, for me personally, I currently employ people, well, contractually employ people. So if I have a gig or a shoot, I'll book persons. And I always make sure that people are good. Like if I'm giving you a job where you have to stay over, I ensure you have proper stayover facilities. You know, if you're working, I ensure you're adequately compensated. But I notice this is not a thing for like most business persons. They genuinely don't care. And yeah, this guy just showed me multiple times that he didn't care. And I had actually left my phone in one of the girls' room because I wanted my phone to get charged. And you know, that girl's room got robbed. She was tied up and she was robbed. And pretty much when that happened, I'm just thinking to myself, wow, imagine if I had left my camera equipment in there. I've lost all my camera equipment, like just like that. And guys, I understand that when something like that happens, it's a rough loss for everyone, because honestly, even Wicked Man Chris would have lost out a lot, because I'm sure he had to maybe, you know, refund a few of the girls. But you know, after going through all that in terms of an experience, and after, you know, you seeing the person get robbed and me losing my phone, I'm thinking to myself that, okay, when Chris pays me, I'm going to be able to buy back a phone, you know, because I remember I just started my business and I'm trying to kick launch. Chris basically looks to me after us spending the entire day in Portland for one day and spending the next of the entire day doing a police report, and tells me, okay, I'm going to give you the same $3,000 and later on I'll give you some more money. And that was a defining moment in my life, because I really had to look into myself and say, wow, not only did you almost lose your career, but you almost lost your life. And this person gave you the equivalent of 20 USD for your time, your effort, and your energy. And that moment just basically showed me that you have to safeguard yourself, guys. Like, it's very important, because to me, that was just the height of like cruelty. I would understand if Chris looked at me and be like, you know, I can't pay for this, but at least I replace your phone. Knowing that he put me in a situation where anything could have happened. Not only could my camera have, you know, been damaged through the work that I was doing, but I could have lost my life. And not only that, I didn't lose my life, but I lost my phone, which is very crucial to me at the time. And he gave me $3,000. And guys, from that day, I just knew to myself that, okay, I'm never going into any client situation and not discuss payment terms. I'm not agreeing to any work with anyone whatsoever unless I have an understanding of what I'm doing, how I'll be doing it, how I'll be getting paid for it. Because guys, if you don't safeguard yourself, you will get hurt. And the clients are not going to be the person that are going to, you know, maybe there are a few good people out there, but you just get to realize that a lot of people just don't care. Like even me as a starting person, I could not have brought someone on a shoot and that happened to them and I had to replace their phone. That's just basic courtesy, but that's not something that everyone extends. And it just was really an eye-opener for me, guys. So honestly, I just didn't want to kind of share that story with you guys to let you know that it's really important, guys, for you guys to come up with your terms and conditions, for you to know what you're agreeing to before you get into any situation, and for you to be wary. Because honestly guys, it's a very scary world out there. I have to, you know, give thanks that I'm still here, that I didn't lose my equipment. Because guys, I won't lie to you, if I lost my equipment at that time, maybe I wouldn't be here right now. And I'm not saying that as a joke, but can you imagine you investing all your money? Like I quit my job and invested every single thing I had into my business, and I had all my tools there. Like I brought thousands of dollars worth of tools onto that trip, and they could have all been stolen from me. And I don't know if I'd have had the ability to just bounce back, because I'd just be like, yo, you're such an idiot. You came out here to get nothing, to get $20. The equipment is worth thousands of USD, and you're getting $20 for 2 days of work. And what can that do? Are you going to buy lunch with it? Like, honestly, what are you doing? And yeah, like that's pretty much it, guys. So if you guys want to see more content as it pertains to me, just explaining some stuff that happened to me as a creative, let me know. And now guys, just remember to always come up with your agreements. Remember to know what you're going into and safeguard yourself. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and be sure to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Out.